What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In case you are new here, my name is Jasmyn Johnson and you will find all things mommy and fashion here. Side note, there's gonna be another fashion haul and I'm pretty darn stoked about it because I have some good things and some not so great things to say about this company. So you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe so you do not miss a video with me, and you're gonna want to give this video a thumbs up because I love you and I appreciate you and I am so thankful for you guys, and that does help me out a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want to see more of me, then make sure you follow my social media. All the names in the description box down below. But without further ado, let's get into what this video is about. I hope that everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving and ate a crap ton of food because that's what you do on that day. But I hope you guys got to spend it with all your friends and loved ones. And now I'm already on to Christmas. As you can see, we get a Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving. So I'm literally, the entire house is decked out in Christmas stuff because I'm that obsessed with Christmas. Let's get on with what this video is about. So, postpartum. Postpartum this month. I feel like postpartum has just kind of come to like what it is, like if that makes sense, like what it is. Like I'm 7 months postpartum, yay, you know, like kind of stuff. But I have to say that I don't really know if this has to do with postpartum, but it is something that I guess you experience when you just become a mom and experience postpartum with your body and those kinds of things. And this month, like if you guys follow me on social media, I committed to doing 30 days of just 20 minutes of a type of cardio or exercise of some sort. And I am 17 days in. By the time you see this, I'll be 18 or 19 days in. And I always commit to things, but I don't follow through with things, if that makes sense. Like I'll commit to like, I'm going to do this, but then I start doing it and then I just kind of like taper off and you just don't really know where I went. So this time I have fully committed to it and I'm going to finish it, and I have to say it feels so stinking good to just pick something and commit to it. Commit something that you know you can do and make it a little challenging at the same time. But with doing that and with this whole postpartum thing, I was feeling like I just not was lost, but I needed to find like my feet again. I needed to find myself again. I needed to find my ground, and I needed to commit to something and just rediscover who I am and build that confidence back up. And as silly and as simple as that sounds, is I am 16 days in and I feel like confidence within me, and I feel that I can go and accomplish the next thing and actually follow through with it. Don't just flake off like I have done with a lot of things in my life, and I'm so willing to admit to that because I think we all kind of do that, to be honest. I guess the moral of the story of where I'm kind of going with this is I just wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling grounded, and I feel postpartum you do get lost and you don't really know like who you are anymore because you focus so much on baby, and then you have your spouse to think about and you have the daily things that life does bring, you know, like dishes, laundry, making sure you spend enough time with your little ones so that you don't have that mom guilt. And I don't know if you have another kid, running your kids to sports, going to the grocery store, if you have a sick kid, like the list is endless. But I finally decided that I'm going to commit to something little, like not work out an hour a day, commit to something that is 20 minutes, that does not take much of my time, that I know that right now I can get in about 20 minutes. And then she's kind of like, I'm over this, like let's move on to something new. In this postpartum update, I want to encourage you, whether you haven't had a kid at all or you have and you're on your second, third, fourth, I don't care. I just want to encourage you to pick something, whether it's drink a gallon of water a day, whether it's not to have sweets, you know, for the week, or whatever it is. Just commit to something that you know you can follow through with, but make it challenging, because there has been days that I am like, I'm done. I'm not going. I'm just not going. I'm over it. I'm done with this. Like, no one's gonna know, you know, you tell yourself those things, but that's why I've been posting it every single day on my story, because it's held me accountable. So have something that is going to hold you accountable, and you can't just flake off and like just not do it and those kinds of things. So I'm just here to motivate you and push you and become the woman that I know that you can be, and I know that you know you can be. Kind of like a snowball effect. Like as soon as you start doing something, it leads into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and you build this confidence to be able to do all those dreams and goals that you have for yourself. That's just kind of like my postpartum motivation. The other thing I wanted to say is in my last update, I think I talked about how I was taking Balance and the CBD oil. So I stopped taking the Balance for about, I think I ran out. So I wanted to see if it was actually doing something, because I feel like it does something subconsciously that you don't really see, kind of like with the CBD oil. And so I stopped taking it for about 4 or 5 days. And on the 3rd day, I started getting back these pains in my lower abdomen. They aren't really pains, it's more of a discomfort. And a little TMI, but I'm an open book. You can literally ask me anything, but during sex or anything like that, it was uncomfortable. And that's not a good thing for your relationship. I did not know what to do. It was very tender to touch. And post-baby, I mean, ladies, it's just gross down there. Let's be honest. It's disgusting, but that's part of being a lady. I don't know if I've got some type of infection that kind of happens post-baby and that kind of stuff, because I have not gotten back on birth control, and I have not felt my body, which you guys know, since I was 16, because then I just got pregnant, and then, you know what I mean? So this is the first time that I'm seeing what my body does, like when ovulation comes and like those kinds of things, because birth control stops that ovulation so that you don't get pregnant or anything like that. But I have to say, the Balance, subconsciously, I ordered it again because subconsciously it helps my mood, it helps my tiredness, it took away whatever it was, whether it was helping like the bacteria and things like that that just naturally happen in your body, and kind of controlling it, helping like the ovulation, and like, because I know women, it's very common to get cysts down there during like the child birthing time in your life. I have to say that if you are struggling with your hormones being up and down and you don't know why you're tired and you're blaming it on other things, which can be if you're not eating and working or just doing some type of not eating healthy things that make your body thrive, then it can be those things. But also, like, hormones are freaking whack, and if you need something to like try to balance them out in the most natural way that you can, I 110% recommend the Balance. I didn't experience the skin clearing, but I kind of want to try it a second month because I know that sometimes those certain things can take a little bit longer. I don't know who this little one thinks she is, but obviously I need to talk quieter. No. She's literally been asleep for maybe 20 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this done in case I have to run in there. But for baby, she's, I can't think of this going on. I'll be back. Still awake. Sounds like she's panting like a dog in there. So for month 7 for her, let's just kind of go down the list. So she's not really crawling yet. She kind of thinks about it sometimes, but she's just not that interested. Like, she would rather stand and like hang onto the couch or something like that. If I put toys up there, she'd rather do that. She has really, really strong legs. They're just so strong. They always have been. And it's just something that she would rather do. And you can't force a kid to do something if they're not going to do it. Her 6-month appointment, they're like, is she crawling yet? And I'm like, is she supposed to be crawling? But then I looked up and read it, and it said that it's between like 6 and 10 months, and some kids don't, they just kind of skip the stage of crawling. They just start like grabbing onto things and like doing that kind of stuff. So she might be one of those kids, or crawl for a very short period of time. She has her 2 bottom teeth, not like fully, but they broke through the gum, the skin. So that was, she was really fussy when that was happening, but she's honestly just like, she has a little, like, she's a tough little kid, and like, she just, I haven't dealt with like that extreme fussiness. Like last night I did have to give her Tylenol because I knew that possibly, you know, it was really bugging her, and I don't want her to feel irritated or uncomfortable or in pain. So I made sure that I did give her a little bit. But the teething oil does work wonders from Wellament. I just use that and it works. She's just rolling all over the place. She's talking a lot. She's just such a positive baby. Like, she just has such like positive like energy about her. She's always smiling. It's just the best gift I've ever received in my life, and I can't wait to have another one. I miss being pregnant. I want another baby, but I don't want one right now. Like, I really don't. I want them to be a certain age gap apart so that they each have their own life and own experiences, can just kind of do their own thing. Let's see, her food she's eating, she's pretty much on the solids. She still does little puree. The only puree that I give her is the Once Upon a Farm or Once Upon a Time Farm. Those are the ones I give because they're organic, they're cold pressed, it's the actual food, it has the exact measurements of what is in each pouch, and she likes them, and so those are what I do give her. Learning to put the food in her mouth with her hands. I started with those kind of like Cheerio looking things, but they aren't Cheerios. They're Happy Baby, I think, that brand, and that really taught her how to pick them up and put them in her mouth, and now she's starting to do that with other foods. So she's doing pretty good. She's doing pretty good. So that is mostly what has happened. Hold up. There are a few things I forgot to tell you because I was a wee bit distracted from her waking up. By the way, she fell back asleep when that was all happening. That's besides the point. But I wanted to tell you a few things that she was doing because this is kind of like a journal for me too. It's like something I can look back on when she's older, something she can watch, all those kinds of things. So there's just 2 things that I wanted to say that she's doing and it helps all of us mamas relate as well. 1, she is, I swear, saying mama. She's done it a few times just kind of out of like when she's crying or like things like that. But I mean, I say it like a bajillion and 1 times a day, so that's probably gonna be her first word. I mean, I should really watch what I'm saying because about 500 million times a day. So I should probably start to watch what's coming out of this mouth because I don't want that to be her first word. Number two. I just forgot. Got it. Number 2. We felt that she was waking up a lot at night due to searching for her binky and wanting the binky being put in her mouth and those kinds of things. So we had to start rocking her to sleep and putting her to bed without the binky in her mouth for her to realize that she can fall asleep without, you know, a pacifier in her mouth. So I still leave 1 binky in there, but before, because I read like, oh, place like 2 or 3 binkies in their crib so that they can find it, you know, when they can't really like move a whole lot and stuff like that. So I started putting 2 in there, and then I saw it just becoming like a freaking problem. So I was like, this isn't good, because when she stayed at my mom's, she was like crying for it, and she was doing it here in the middle of the night, like screaming because she couldn't find her binky. So I was like, you know what? It's time to take away the binky. Now, I have not taken it away, but I put her to sleep, showing her like, hey, you can fall asleep without this little thing. So that is exactly what we have done, and she has not woken up crying probably for the past like few weeks. So I think, besides when she was teething, but I think we're on the road to success. Anyways, continue to the outro. Is what has happened this month, you guys, and if you have any questions or anything like that, I'll definitely answer them during this. So if you do, then comment down below if you have questions about baby, about what I'm doing, about literally anything, about marriage, about any of that kind of stuff. Maybe in my next update I'll do kind of how marriage has been post baby and how like different and like the things that have changed. So if you have questions about that, comment down below. But I love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be a fashion haul. Hint hint, what I'm wearing, but you don't know from where. So you'll have to stay tuned. Anyways guys, I love you, and I'll see you then.